Hi friends, it's me, Cora. As you can see, I'm holding a plant. I love gardening. You know why? Because it shows us the glory of God. You know, even the smallest little thing like this little plant is a way that God shows us His amazing glory. Like in the very beginning, when God tells us about creation, He shows us His glory. Do you guys know the glory of God? It's so amazing. Do you know that seeds are kind of like our faith? When we listen to the stories of Jesus and what He did, that little seed gets planted in our hearts. And once we start doing what God has told us to do and taught us to do, that seed starts to grow and it ultimately bears fruit. Cool, right? I have another way that we can remember the amazing glory of God. Let's sing the alphabet song. Are you guys ready? Let's go! I was thinking about it the other day. Well, that's a weird way for us to find the letter. Did you guys see that? We found the next letter and we weren't even trying. This is happening a lot lately. This is really cool. So now what could this letter mean? Could it mean kind, loving, or glorious? Let me ask you again. Kind, loving, or glorious? That's correct. Glorious. I know the perfect Bible story that shows the glory of God. Now, I think every story about Jesus shows the glory of God, but I was actually thinking about this one the other day. So Jesus took 3 of His disciples, Peter, James, and John, up to a mountain to pray. When night came, they all fell asleep except for Jesus. He prayed. And you know what happened? A cloud came upon them, and all of a sudden, Moses and Elijah were with Jesus. Now, if you remember correctly, Moses and Elijah were like on earth way before Jesus, but they were there. And when the cloud came, you know what God said? He said, "This is my beloved Son, with whom I am well pleased. Listen to Him." Now, I can imagine that when God speaks, you hear it big time. So everyone else woke up and they all fell on their faces, terrified because of the glory of God. Jesus came up to them. He put His hand on them and He said, "Do not be afraid. Get up." Then, when they looked up, Elijah and Moses were gone. Now, they were quite confused as to what happened, because you know what Jesus told them? Jesus said, "Don't tell anyone about this yet." So they were like, "Why?" And you know what Jesus said? He said, "Because this is a foretelling of the glory of what I'm about to do." You know what He was going to do, right? He was going to die for our sins and rise again and then ascend to heaven. Now, you know about prophets, right? The prophet, like Elijah, who was there, was a person who foretold what was going to come. So they didn't tell anyone about this, but they knew that something big was going to happen. And you know what that big thing was? What everyone had foretold: Jesus dying on the cross. So they saw a little glimpse of the glory of God before it even happened. And you know what? We still get to see that glory of God today. Not just through stories like this, but God still reveals himself to us, and his amazing glory is everywhere. I love the glory of God. He's so amazing. I'm gonna go help the rest of my plants. I'll see you guys next week. Bye!